10 questions to ask a potential planner for your Indian wedding in Italy. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Svetlana from Best Indian Weddings Italy, the first and only wedding planning agency in Italy specialized in Indian weddings. Every day I help Indian brides and grooms-to-be realize their amazing Indian celebrations in the most beautiful country in the world. I'm running this series of videos called SOS Indian Weddings in Italy with useful tips and advice that you won't find anywhere else. So, if you are looking to host your Indian destination wedding in Italy, then please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell to always keep updated with the new videos every week. The topic of this week is 10 questions to ask a potential planner for your Indian wedding in Italy. I know not all couples are willing to hire a wedding planner, so if you're one of those, you could just skip this video. However, it could be useful also to those who plan their own wedding, because at some point they could decide to hire a day coordinator, and some of these questions could definitely be addressed to that person as well. And it will also help you better understand what to expect from a wedding professional, as oftentimes couples don't really have clear ideas about what to expect in Italy. And it's quite normal, you're living abroad, you simply cannot know that. So, since you are here, I suggest you watch this video, as it will be useful whether you decide to hire a wedding planner or organize your own wedding. And in that case, you could even check our specific digital program. So, the very first question to ask a wedding planner with whom you have booked a call is: how experienced are you with Indian weddings? Yes, that's crucial if you want to have an authentic Indian celebrations in Italy. Sometimes Indian couples just plan a white dress ceremony without any element of Indian traditions because they meet some planners who make things too complicated and not feasible in Italy. So, if you truly care about your Indian traditions and want to make your parents and your guests happy, then please verify this aspect at the very first appointment so that you don't risk renouncing that later. And how can you evaluate if that planner is truly experienced or not? Many Italian planners would potentially tell you that they are very experienced, that Indian weddings are their specialty, that they have planned so many of them. Ask them to send you photos or videos from those weddings so that you can see if the numbers check. Then talk to them, see how informed they are about specific pre-wedding events, about particular religious or cultural aspects, even about the items you would potentially need for your wedding celebrations. Because if they just know about the mandapa and henna girls, and look at you as an alien when you mention puja or chura, then something doesn't square. And of course, ask for references. Only talking to other Indian couples who hired that planner for their weddings, you can find out what exactly that planner did for those weddings. Sometimes you see an Indian couple on the pictures, but then you find out they only had a legal wedding with full Italian food. So basically it wasn't an Indian wedding as you intended, but a standard European wedding of an Indian bride and groom. So you can't count that event as a part of the experience with Indian weddings of that planner. The second question to ask is: how many couples do you work with each year? This question is crucial because many agencies or planners accept as many weddings as couples willing to commit to them. More is better, so that they can earn more money, and that's absolutely understandable. However, you can ask yourself if you would be happy with a planner dealing with other 40, 50 or more couples. Actually, how do they decide whom to prioritize? First come, first served, so that you need to book them very in advance to have their attention, or in order of the wedding date. So if you're waiting in 10 months, you have to wait for months or so because they have other weddings to deliver before yours and you have to wait for your turn. or depending on the budget a couple has to invest, and if your budget is not very large, you would have to wait for all the other couples with more money overtaking you. I suggest you check this aspect with them. Question number 3 is, are you available for our date period? I know, it may seem obvious, but for many couples it doesn't, and sometimes they have just one fixed date and maybe find a planner which could potentially work for their wedding, but is already hard for their date. Of course, it's important that you ask your priest or your grandparents for auspicious dates in advance, and possibly for more than one set of dates, so that you can have some alternatives to check with the planner directly during the appointment. Question number 4 is, what is your planning process? I mean, how do they work? If there is a specific order of things they do, what comes first and what after, etc. This way you can understand the logical way they will bring you from point A, where you are now probably a little bit confused with no clear ideas of where to start, to point B, the day of your amazing wedding, when your dream will finally come true. Of course, that means that they do have this logical way, because it's not granted at all, and some may jump directly to the decor or photographers, while you have other important things to sort out first. And especially it's important to not zigzag here and there, because it would only add stress and confusion. And you surely don't hire a wedding planner to become more confused, but rather to have a smooth planning and event. Of course, talking about their planning process, ask them also, what would you actually do for me? Question number 5. Because these two aspects are directly connected. For example, if they propose venues, would they just give you the websites, or maybe show you some venues listed on their own websites with no real name? Or would they send you some short presentations with a description, a few pictures, and some characteristics such as capacity, timing and price? Or could you expect something more elaborated and more useful to help you choose your ideal wedding venue? And then would they accompany you to see the venues? And what happens if you aren't able to come to Italy for some reasons? Apply the same approach to all the planning parts. Feel free to ask. You're choosing someone who will be in charge of your dream, and it's quite a large responsibility, believe me. Then, for example, do they manage your budget and prepare a budget spreadsheet for you, or just send you proposals and you have to verify if they fit in your budget or not? Or will they prepare the full itinerary for the days of your celebrations, or it will be something that you will need to take care of and they will just execute what you will put together? I know, it seems strange to ask for such things, and oftentimes couples take it for granted and maybe risk to sign with a planner who is a very nice and lovely person and also look professional, but then the couple find out that that planner doesn't do half of the stuff that they were expecting them to do. So it's better to verify all of that from the very beginning, so that you don't risk frustration and misunderstanding after. The next question, number 6, is, do you provide packages, a la carte services or full planning? Again, this question is directly connected to one of the previous ones, because if a planner works on a package basis, they will do for you only what is included in the package, nothing else, unless you pay for the extra services separately. Oftentimes, couples ask for packages because they think they are more affordable, and some planners also offer packages with a number of services included, and also give different package solutions to choose from. So, if you are a package-oriented couple, then make sure you thoroughly verify if the package truly covers everything you need, or if you would have to add some extra services, because the extras are usually very pricey. And if instead the planner provides all the parts of the planning process separately, so that you just choose what you really need, I mean just the help with sourcing out the venue or with the decor or just the coordinating of the wedding day on site, etc., then make sure that the sum of the separated services doesn't come up to be higher than the full planning fee, which would potentially cover the whole organization of your events. The question number 7 is, how will we communicate with our planner? Yes, it's something you should ask, because many couples think that when they hire a planner, that planner will be always available for them, to quickly ask all their questions, to constantly communicate with them, possibly by WhatsApp groups because it's the most common way, that you will write to your planner in the evenings when you are back home from work or during the weekends when you are more free. Actually, a lot of planners don't do that and are only available during the working hours in the working days. That's it. And maybe the only way to communicate with them is by email, and you only have a limited number of calls included in your contract. I know it may sound illogical. How could they plan your wedding and bring your ambition to life if they don't communicate with you? However, it's quite common, so before you make your choice, make sure you have cleared this aspect, and then you can decide if you are happy with such modus operandi or not. The question number 8 is, will we have a team to coordinate our events? This question is important because sometimes planners split the planning of the wedding and the coordinating on site into 2 different services with 2 different prices, so that you may be asked for a supplement to have someone coordinating your events. And if the coordinating is included, as is often the case, make sure you check if it will be the same planner you will do all the planning together or a different person. Because large agencies often have the main team working in the office and then different teams of coordinators covering different areas of Italy. That means that after you have spent a whole year planning your wedding with a specific person who knows everything in detail, you would then meet a completely new person whom you have never seen before to coordinate the days of your celebrations. He or she could be very well prepared, but would you feel comfortable with such a situation? I think it would only add stress and worry, and it's the worst thing that could happen on your wedding day. Also, ask how many people of the team will there be on site, because sometimes it's just one planner, and if you have 100, 150 or more guests and 3-4 days of events to coordinate, how would that person do all of that alone? The next question, number 9, is about money. Ask a potential planner what is your fee and how does the payment work. It's important to know if the planner's fee fits in your budget or not. Different planners apply different fees, and it's directly connected to what they actually do for you, as you have verified with one of the previous questions. It doesn't make sense to just compare fees without going into detail of what is included in that fee. Also check how that fee is calculated. If it's a fixed fee, which is the same for all the events. If they take a percentage from your budget. I don't really like that option because the planner would likely lead you to spend more to earn more. If the main fee covers just the wedding day and then there are supplements for the pre-wedding days. Also ask if you have to pay the whole amount once signed or if it's split into 2, 3, 4 parts, so if there is a payment plan or not. And the last question, number 10, is what's next? What is the next step? Because if you sign with that planner, you need to know when they will be ready to start with you, what they expect from you, what is the first thing they will do. This way you don't jump in the dark and keep waiting for someone to get in touch with you, but are well aware of how your planning will start. As you see, there are so many questions to ask a planner or an agency whom you could potentially entrust your wedding. It's such an important and delicate choice, so please take it seriously. Set video calls, go through all these aspects and maybe add some more if needed, because a right wedding planner can truly make the fate of your wedding, believe me. That's all for today. Thank you for watching this video that I hope can truly help you with planning your amazing Indian wedding in Italy. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe to my channel, follow Best Indian Weddings Italy on Facebook and Instagram, comment in the post, and I will be happy to answer. See you next week!